Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel Fortified Gaming. Let's run some Mythic Plus dungeons in World of Warcraft. Today we are going to be running the Azure Vault level 18 as an Arcane Mage. The weekly affixes are Fortified, Spiteful, Grievous, and Thundering. I will be doing my best to give a live commentary of the dungeon run. If you are into that kind of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So they did call for Lust on the first pull, so we are going to go ahead and hit that. Alright. Go ahead and make sure Wild Eruption is dodged, and what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into a burn actually. Alright. This should be good. It is a Spiteful week, which means we are going to be wanting to root some of these shades right here. Whenever you see a pair of eyes on your character, that means that a shade is chasing you and running after you. So you want to make sure that you know where that shade happens to be, so that way you can properly deal with that. Also, I did forget to hit shifting power to get some of my cooldowns back. Alright. Oh, okay. We are still alive. It's good. Alright. I was gonna say I am using kind of a mixture of different talents. I'm using talents different than I normally use. You might have seen that I have slow back on my toolbar, and the slow is mainly for the shades, so when they come out I can hit them with slow, and they slow down, they won't run after me as quickly. But how I've set my talents up, I don't have access to whatchamacallit, this talent right here, Diverted Energy, where my Arcane barrier, my prismatic barrier, actually heals me if I get attacked while the barrier's on. So I do have a little bit less sustain, heal sustain, while we're going to be running this, but I don't think it should be too big of an issue here. Anyway, as I was explaining before, Arcane Mage, if you've never seen Arcane Mage be played before, Arcane Mage rotation basically has two phases to it. You have what's called the burn phase, which is what I just did a couple seconds ago. That's where you put down a rune of power, you apply Radiant Spark to your target, cast 4 spells on the target, then throw in a barrage along with Touch of the Magi. You want to make sure that Touch of the Magi is applied to your target as the barrage is traveling toward the target, as it's flying toward the target. And the Radiant Spark and the Touch of the Magi give you a burn window. Each one of those spells gives you a burn window to do as much damage as you can to the target. And then once the Touch of the Magi has expired, then you go into what's known as the conserve phase, which is basically just use your spells in such a way that you have enough mana for your next burn phase. Since the burn phase is very costly when it comes to mana. Alright. I think I may have had a opportunity, I may have had a window to use a burn earlier in this pull. This was a little bit of a long pull. We kind of dragged some of those ads around the room. But you know what? I didn't use them. I didn't use my cooldowns on that last part since I wanted to save them for well, this boss fight that we're going into right now. You know what? I think we'll use Arcane Surge. I do need the mana generation. Alright, that should be good. Alright. Hunter is going to clear early. He maybe could have waited to clear that, but you know what? It's always better to clear the Thundering Affix early than it is to clear it late, since clearing it late actually stuns you. Alright, we're going to make sure that these two sprouts are taken care of, these 2 crystals. Oh, there's a crystal online. We're going to actually go ahead and hit the, whatchamacallit, our shield, so that we don't take extra damage from that. You know, we'll sidestep those. And on the next burn, I'll actually use my hero. I have spec'd into the personal hero talent. I believe it's called Temporal Warp. Basically, whenever I have one of these debuffs, these hero debuffs on myself, I can actually use Time Warp again and give myself my own personal Time Warp, or personal Bloodlust, whatever you call it. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and get some mana really quick. I do want to... Oh, okay, a lot of people are dead. This is not great. But you know what? I think we'll be fine. We're just going to go ahead and do a... We're actually going to go ahead and do a AoE burn here. Okay. Hopefully we can get this boss down before the next crushing slam. Before the next time he brings out all those adds. I think we can do it, actually. Also, don't forget to hit Shifting Power after using the burn with Arcane Surge. That way you can get your mana back more quickly. Or you can get your cooldowns back more quickly. That's going to about do it for Boss 1, it looks like. Go ahead and give ourselves a slash chi and start moving on to the next boss.
Come this way.
So as I was saying before the boss was about to go down, I hit Shifting Power after doing a burn with Arcane Surge, since it's important to kind of get a rhythm for the rotation for Arcane Mage. The rotation for Arcane Mage is all about timing, and hitting Shifting Power makes sure that your cooldowns are available. Basically, right as you run out of mana. So the idea is that Arcane Surge has massive mana regeneration, so you don't have to worry about wasting mana. Hitting Shifting Power gets you your next burn up in a normal amount of time, so that way you do have quite a bit of mana going into the next burn. And the next burn usually uses up a lot of your mana. You eventually end up running out of mana after this next burn. So for example, in this burn, I'm not using Arcane Surge. So this burn is actually going to cost me quite a bit of mana. And so if this were a pull where we were doing, you know, more than 2 enemies in the pull, or we were chain pulling some trash mobs, I'd probably be low on mana, and then at that point I would be able to hit Evocation to get my mana back. And then we go into a burn involving Arcane Surge, which has some extra, you know, mana regeneration effects to it. And the idea is that by the time we run out of mana again, after I hit Shifting Power to kind of reduce the cooldown of Evocation, I'll have Evocation back up by the time I run out of mana again. So it's not a big deal that I've run out of mana. But I have to hit Evocation, or else the the tempo of the rotation is going to be a little bit off. Alright. Go ahead and do a full burn with the Arcane Surge. I think I'm being targeted. Let's go hit Mirror Image, make sure that he's not coming after me. Alright.
The elements answer to me.
We'll focus the Rune Seal Keeper. We do have a Shade coming after me. We'll go ahead and root that in place, and we'll kind of run in here, do some AoE damage. I think that'll be fine. And this should be good for this pull, it looks like. I do want to farm some Arcane Harmony stacks. You'll notice that every time I cast missiles, it adds a stack of Arcane Harmony every time a missile hits the target. And you always want to try to make sure that you go into a pull with 4 Arcane charges and 20 Arcane Harmony stacks, so that way you can go right into the burn like I'm doing right now. So we can go ahead and do a burn on the Arcane Elemental. Okay. We've also got... Oh, okay. That is a thing that happens, isn't it? I will go ahead and release that. I think maybe I wasn't looking to my right. I think that was coming from the right. Or that patrol from the right.
It seems the mortal race.
Maybe could have handled that better. It's fine. It looks like they're handling it alright though, right now. I've also made it to this part at a good time, since the circles there are shrinking and letting me through, and I don't have to wait. Right? We are going to go ahead and go to the... Actually, can we go right? No, you know what? We'll be safe and we'll go left. I think that should be fine. I was thinking about going right and using my invisibility right here, but I don't know if there's a stealth detection unit over there on the other side at the pack that we're heading toward right now. So let's see, we still have a little less than 24 minutes. I think this is an alright amount of time. I don't think we're going to have too much issue. I'm going to want to dodge this. Okay. Alright. Do it. I do want to take care of the shade before we go down though. Pretty sure you have to kill the shade before you go down, right?
We must recharge.
They are going to get stunned somehow. Not sure how that happened, but it should be fine. It looks like we're waiting for the priest anyway. Oh, never mind. The priest is already down here. Alright, let's farm some Arcane Harmony stacks. You know what, I think we will go ahead and do... Oh, okay, that is weird.
Not enough mana.
We'll get some mana back. It looks like we are going to have to do a little bit of kiting, since the tank did release... Oh! Nope. We're gonna hit invisibility. I was wondering why everyone was walking back this way, and then, well, I realized there's a patrol right there. It's a good thing I have invisibility. And also there were no stealth detection units in that patrol. We'll go ahead and spell Steal the Barrier. Then let's take care of the shade. And the Paladin is back, so we can actually go ahead and move on to the next pack right here. Alright. You know what? We will go ahead and do a full burn, so that's going to involve Arcane Surge. Alright. Okay, I may have doubled up on the Waking Bane, so that's not the greatest thing to do, but you know what, it's fine. This elemental is going to die, so I'm going to switch my focus. onto the other one. We'll go ahead and root the Spiteful Shade in place. We'll also go ahead and slow it down, move it over here. It shouldn't bother me anymore. You don't have to focus too much on the shades. All you have to do is make sure you're out of walking distance. While you're in the middle of a fight, that is. Okay. Oh, we are going to want to dodge that. I also have been forgetting to set a focus on my targets, so that way it's easier for me to click on their nameplates again. Go ahead and hit them with the Frost Nova, root them in place. Alright, this right here, we're going to go ahead and slow him down. That should about do it. Alright. Looks like we are going to pull one more pack. Or maybe two. There is another pack over to the other side. Oh, I need to get out of that. Right, so it wasn't the best burn. I did kind of miss my burn window a little bit. You may have noticed that there's a... when I put Radiant Spark on a target, there's a little icon showing me how much time I have left to actually fit in my 4 spells. And if it runs out before you fit in your, you know, 4 spells, it's gonna reset a little bit, and you're not gonna get the most out of the damage going into the Radiant Spark window. So the key is going into the burn. You want to go into the burn at a point of time where you know that you're not going to be interrupted by anything, or you're not going to have to dodge anything. And so I would say that Arcane Mage is maybe one of the better classes to kind of learn, you know, where your, you know, where the burn windows are on the bosses that you fight in, let's say like dungeons or raids or whatever. Because it forces you to think of, you know, what's going to happen, what are the mechanics, how do I need to set up everything before we go into it. And admittedly in Shadowlands it was a whole lot easier, since the rotation was basically the bare bones rotation that I was explaining earlier in the run. They've added a little bit more nuance to it in, whatchamacallit, in Dragonflight. We also do have to dispel the Thundering Affix. This might be a waste. Yeah, actually I think it's a waste of a burn, but you know what, we'll live with it. I can spell steal that brilliant scales too, so. Alright. We can ignore them, I think. Alright. We are going to have to dodge that. Icy Bindings. Oh, I'm getting hit by something. I should not have been standing in that. You know what? We will focus this guy. Alright, that should take care of it. We can actually farm some Arcane Harmony stacks off these shades, and oh, he is still not dead for some reason. Okay. Alright, we want to set a focus on this guy. I believe we can spell steal this, right? We'll sidestep the swirlies, that should be good. Throw in another barrage. Icy Bindings has been interrupted. Okay. And you know what? I will focus on farming my Arcane Harmony stack, since I believe we are going to be going into a boss fight right after this.
No, no, no!
Alright.
Elements
Nope.
answer me! Take care of them! Slash you! My treasures! Me! Take care of them!
And you know what? I will lust when she brings out her ads. I think that will be fine.
My magic!
Going to need to dodge that. Alright. Then when she brings out her ads, also don't forget to set a focus. Okay. Here we go. I also do want to heal myself a little bit. This is a little bit rough. I am getting healing. That's nice to know. You know what? I'm going to improvise a little bit. I kind of need the mana. Okay.
My magic!
I'm going to sidestep the orb. That should be good. You know, this is not the greatest boss fight I've ever been in, but you know what? It's fine.
My magic!
You know what? Actually, we'll go ahead and go into a burn after I dodge these swirlies. We'll attack the boss. It would be nice if we can get a this boss to die before she goes into her next ad phase. I think we can do it. Just keep pumping Arcane Blast. We should be good. This should about do it.
My mana is low.
Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a slash cheer and move on to the third part of the
Poor
dungeon.
Azureblade. I do not blame her. I should have thought of her before I left. This door. I sense a breach behind it. The sundered flame must be this way.
So for that last boss fight, maybe I should have started with a burn. Since it is a fortified week, I didn't really have to worry about, you know, the amount of damage I'm doing to the ad phase.
Telash must not break the final
Since,
seal.
as you may have seen earlier, it didn't take that much damage to take care of them, so...
The elements answer to me!
What hit me? Very weird, but okay. Apparently, I got hit by a melee. Oh, gotta dodge that swirly on the ground. That should be good. It looks like all shades, so you know what? We will farm some harmony stacks off these guys. Alright. And I will actually eat some Seamoth Surprise. Hornswog, I am coming in a little bit late to the party. You know, it should be fine. Oh. We are going to go ahead and... There we go. I am being chased. I need to run away. There we go. That should do it. Okay. Hopefully by the next pull we can actually stabilize a little bit and we can get my DPS up on par with the other people in the group. Every once in a while you are going to run into a situation where you are going to be dealing with a lot of things, maybe in a boss fight, maybe in a trash mob. And it might look, you know, like you're not doing much. You might look at the DPS meter and find out that actually, you know, the tank is doing more DPS than you. Don't worry about it too much. Just focus on doing your job and not dying. Yeah, that should be good. Oh. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of an issue. I'll try to root them in place, see if that helps. I'm being chased. Alright. Okay. Alright. You know, I think I can do a, I cannot do a burn here without getting interrupted. But it's fine, we're almost done here anyway, it's not gonna be too big of a deal. Bit of a waste of a touch of the Magi on the Spiteful Shade, but you know what, it's fine. We're done with this pull, so we are going to focus on building up our Arcane Harmony stacks and moving to the next pull. Looks like we were a little bit inefficient. Ideally, we should only have our percentage done after we kill these two trash mobs. But you know what, this should be fine. I think, you know what, I will go ahead and we will do a full burn. I think, no, not a full burn. We'll do a mini burn. So no Arcane Surge here. Don't have Touch the Magi up, so it's kind of unlucky that we won't get the extra, you know, damage from the fact that Touch of the Magi, if you apply it while the barrage is traveling, apparently Touch of the Magi actually counts your barrage damage as part of its damage amplification. So we'll go ahead and sit back here for now. Blink over here to Dispel. Alright. We're gonna farm some Arcane Harmony stacks. Looks like we got all our Arcane Harmony stacks we need, so we'll go ahead and kill the Shade quickly. Our priest is dead. Yeah, so you can't actually use the book until you kill the Shades, so that's why I was focused on doing damage to the Shades. Usually it's not important to kill the Shades, you just outrun them, and then eventually they die. I am not sure if I should be using Hero. I do want Hero up for the final boss.
Enough.
Alright. Cross bomb. We're going to stick it on the side right here. We're actually not going to do a burn immediately going into the boss fight, since he is nearly at 100 energy, and when 100 energy happens, he runs into the middle of the room. And he is... well, his damage reduced is at 99%. We can actually start going into the burn as he's completing the Absolute Zero cast, though, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to do a full burn with the Arcane Surge. And then by the time this burn is done, we can actually be over here. Well, we can do that mechanic while we're doing the burn, usually, and that's alright. I am getting hit with Icy Devastator. We're going to use... a shield for that. We also want to hit Shifting Power to get some of our cooldowns back. And our healer is gone, which is a thing that has happened, and it is unfortunate. And you know what? I think we'll go into a burn. This will be fine.
Her secrets will be mine.
Battle res in 30, I'm guessing.
Now you will pay.
Alright, stick it right here. We'll jump over here. Okay. Okay, we'll blink over.
Her secrets will be mine. Ice cold.
Okay, so the druid is back. That is good to know. We do have our healer back. This is great. Okay. You know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a burn. We're going to do a mini burn since he is almost dead, and I want my full burn ready to go as we go into the last boss. I think this will be fine, actually. We'll blink out of that. Hopefully we can kill him before he does his mechanic again, and there we go.
We are too late.
We will go ahead and head on down to the lower level. I will set a focus on the boss. We have 4 minutes. We have Lust. We should be able to take care of this as long as nothing bad happens. I do need 4 more Arcane Harmony stacks. Okay. Alright. I think we can actually go right into it. Okay. I'll actually go right into a Lust. I think this should be good.
I need more mana.
Alright, we're going to focus the crystals. Actually, we're going to go ahead and hit Shifting Power first, and then we'll focus the crystals. I want to make sure we get the crystals over there on the far side. Let's go ahead and get that crystal as well. After that crystal is done, we can go ahead and swap right back onto the boss. We do have 19 Arcane Harmony stacks. I think that's enough.
Answer to me. Get away from me.
I need to get closer.
Okay. Do want to hit Evocation, get some of my mana back. This is a little bit risky since we do have to be damaging the crystals right now, but you know what? It's a Fortified week. I think we'll be fine. Actually, those ones in the middle might have some issue. Okay, you know what? There we go. That should be good. Will I use a burn before he hits? Well, actually, I am running out of mana, so you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and go on a conservation mode. You know what? We'll improvise. We're going to go ahead and use Arcane Surge right here. I do want the mana. Alright. Okay. And actually, that's it for the Fractured Crystals, so what we'll go ahead and do is actually we will go ahead and go into a mini burn right now. And that should be enough to actually take him out and complete the dungeon on time. And this should about do it here for Azure Vaults level 18. Let's go ahead and give a slash cheer. Thank everyone for a good run and even congratulate them on
My
beating the
dear
timer.
one. He knew that wild magic was dangerous.
We have
but he meddled with it
headpiece,
anyway.
I think I can actually
By the time we found him,
upgrade that.
we could
And
not
of course
stop
we
the
are
growth.
a Arcane Mage, so the
placed
common
him in
courtesy
stasis
is to
until
give
we
everyone
find
a
a
portal
proper
back
cure.
to the main hub
And then
of the expansion. And that's going to about do
was
it
gone.
for this video, so if you liked what you saw here,
Champion.
feel free to like the video and subscribe to the
did
channel.
what
If
was
you want to see me
needed.
run other Mythic Plus
ended
dungeons
his
during Dragonflight
suffering.
Mythic Plus Season 1, let me know in a comment down below. Let me know which dungeons you'd like to
I'm
see me
but a
run. Hopefully I can get
simulacrum.
around to posting a VOD of that.
But
And that's going to
once
about do it for me here, so I
I
hope you
was
all had
another
fun
as
watching,
well.
and I will see you all later.